Now, whatever else is said about Donald Trump, he is the most provocative presidential candidate perhaps in American history. There is no question of President Obama not winning the hearts and minds on the terror front. That's because his methodical approach to neutralizing ISIS has not worked, as we pointed out last night. The savages may be losing individual fights, but their jihad is alive and well. And after watching 49 innocent Americans murdered in Orlando, most of us want action. Do something.
When are we going to say enough is enough and say we are absolutely going to destroy ISIS? Right. We're going to stop the evil of radical Islam. We've got to, at some point, say, is 49 enough? How many more can there be?
The governor is correct. But if President Obama and, by extension, Hillary Clinton continue to hold power, there will not be drastic action taken by the USA against ISIS or anybody else. It's just the way it is. Donald Trump has capitalized on that. His two big issues are the economy and terrorism. He says the USA must ban Muslims, at least in the short term, from coming to America if they live in areas that have terrorism. Talking Points does not believe that kind of ban would make us safer. We need the Jordanians. We need the Gulf states. We need Morocco to help us fight the savages, especially in the intelligence area. However, as I told Mr. Trump earlier this week, every refugee seeking asylum in this country has to be vetted extensively. No one from a terror area can just take up residence here without ICE knowing exactly what they've done in their lives. By the way, even with extensive vetting, doesn't mean terrorists will not get in. They will, they have, they're here. And in European countries, some of the refugees have already committed terrorist acts. So this is one big mess. And there are no easy solutions, as everybody knows. But with President Obama hesitating to use the words radical Islamic terrorism, the perception in some quarters is he's not as tough as he could be on the jihad. And that gives a big advantage to Donald Trump and his quest to become president. And that's a memo now for top story reaction. With us here in New York City, Ebony Williams and Monica Crowley. So Monica, you said on this broadcast that you believe that President Obama actually wants Hillary Clinton to be prosecuted in the email situation. Now, it doesn't look like that's really the case.
Well, the FBI has not weighed in yet. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what Donald Trump was saying in that clip that you showed is that the fix is in, and he may very well be right. I have always said on this program and elsewhere about this whole investigation is that what I believe we were witnessing is a negotiation between the president and Mrs. Clinton, and what I may have done is underestimated the leverage that she has on him. What we now know is that there were at least 18 email exchanges between the president and Mrs. Clinton that they will not release, okay? We assume that those emails were not involving her yoga schedule, highly sensitive material going back and forth between the president and the Secretary of State. What we also know is that the president knowingly sent or received that highly sensitive information when he knew it was going through an unsecure, non-government email system.
How do you know he knew that?
Because we have the admissions. We now know that this is Andy McCarthy has written on this, and he knowingly sent it because her private email
right up to
addresses,
there, I was following you. I don't think President Obama has
private email addresses were coming through to him. He was aware that she was using a private
For the
email.
record, I don't think President Obama has made any admissions in any of his emails to Hillary Clinton, which he wouldn't do personally. It would be done by his staff.
Okay, let's assume
there have not been any admissions made. Wait a minute.
Let's assume you're correct. Well, let me answer the question.
No, because I have to go on to a bigger question. So you're saying now that you were wrong in your initial assessment that Obama wanted Hillary Clinton brought down. Now you're saying
that I probably underestimated what kind of leverage she had against him.
So now
this is true.
Are you believing Donald Trump?
If this is true about these email exchanges, then he is complicit in her criminal recklessness, and that's why
you're going way too far. The evidence does not take you there, okay? But now you're saying that you agree with Trump, right? That a fix may be in.
He could very well be correct. Right. If she's guilty, then he is likely guilty, which would mean he is interested in protecting her.
You've been listening to this?